Hi everybody, it's me, Lady Stars and Fire. Real name is Michelle Espinosa, and this is our 2016 first half of the year review for our reading or forecast, so to speak. I always tell everybody that I don't make my videos until I'm being told to, or I don't give that information until I'm being told to, and so that's why I'm coming out with it now. I had to get all that different information together and collect it before I could come to you with the video. I am being told right off the bat, yes, this is a year of success. This is a year of abundance. Manifestation is coming very quickly, and that's all a wonderful thing. But that abundance, that success, that prospering also is going to deal with your inward work. And depending on how well you receive the success and stuff that you are at least moving towards, even if it does not happen all this year, that you are moving towards, the better that you are going to receive that is because of how well you are doing that inward work. Sorry, you're seeing my cat's tail as he's walking by. Because this year is going to have a lot of inward work. If you look at the planets and stuff, it's mapped out perfectly to explain it. Although, like I said, depending on how well and truthful and honest you're being with yourself will depend on how well you will receive these things. Now, I also have to start off with the year with saying, sensitives, empaths, you need to get grounded, and you need to learn how to be grounded quickly. You need to, if you don't know how to be grounded, you need to Google it and try to figure it out, because I don't have time to go into that right now. But being grounded, creating your shields, all of that is very important this year because of the simple fact there's so much energy going on. And with that inward work, people are going to be having a lot of stuff going on in their mind that they may not be saying out loud, and you may be picking up on that. And some of that is negativities that they're working through. But more importantly, sensitives, you need to understand you're not only sensitive to people's energy, you're sensitive to places, to the energy of the universe, to the planets, how they move. Depending on how sensitive you are is how uncomfortable it may be from time to time. You know how, like, sometimes maybe you're at a store or something and you just get that overwhelmingly feeling of, like, that rush of energy, and you're just like, well, where did that come from? Yeah, that's you being a sensitive, baby. That's you picking up, whether it's other people's energy, just energy in general, or even the planets moving. This is what I'm talking about. You need to be able to separate, this is me, and this is all of that other. Because that will help you make it through this year, is the first thing that I'm being told, is to understand that separation is important. So you may want to look into stones that are helpful for you to carry, to keep with you in your pocket, or so to speak, necklaces, so to speak, that will help you out and keep them cleansed and charged properly, because they help either separate energy, they either help separate empaths, understanding that creativity also that goes with that, or it could just be that it removes negativity. Different people react differently to different stones. The runes that I give, the runes that I read each week, I also have Muggle Stone in that, and that's a great one. Some people call that Tiger's Iron. That's a great one also for separating that energy as an empath. But it's up to you to look that up. I'm just giving you that heads up there, because that's one of the things that they're saying is you need to ground. Second, first thing that was given to me when I was asked about this year, this is my citron stones. And they are at a very high frequency right now, and they are vibrating very high, and they're very hot in my hand. I'm being told citron will pretty much explain this year and explain what you need to know. Citron is considered the success stone. It is abundance. It is personal power. Go ahead, Yankee, my cat. It is your mental clarity. But most of all, Citron is reminding you it connects with your solar plexus. But I'm going to be back for that part in just a second. Citron also does not absorb negative energies. It breaks them up and disperses them back out. Breaks them up and, gets rid of them and sends it back out. But that is one reason why I'm telling you citron's important. This year, you do not want to be holding on to that negative energy. If you are holding on to that negative energy or negative thoughts and whatnot, it is going to slow down your success, your abundance, your prosper. It's going to slow that down. You will be being shown it, but you don't want to hold on to it. You need to view it, accept it, understand it with love, and let it go. But there's a reason. You do not want to hold on to that. That will slow things down this year. Thankfully, understand what you're being shown and move on. Now, back to solar plexus. Where did my stone go? Okay. Solar plexus is the center of you. This is the stone one of the stones that represents solar plexus. Now, solar plexus is your will. It's your will. It's not just the center of you. It's the will of you. It's what do you will in your life. Remember, I told you in that first reading for this year that we are in center stage, baby. Center stage does not just mean center of the stage. Center stage is the center of you, the center of your life, the center of your existence, the center of what you choose to will. And you are being given the gift this year of being the creator. But, just like a king has responsibilities and obligations and duties that he must uphold to himself, to his being of a king, as well as to his people, so do you. And this is what you are going to be seeing this year. This is how it's going to get you to where you want to go. You are going to have to accept those responsibilities in order to get there. Because you are now the creator. We are now in our center stage. What we create is what we have in our life. And if we are living in misery loves company, then that's what you're going to have in your life. This is why Citron is standing out saying, no negativity. So you want to make sure to view those things that are harsh, but let them go with love and respect and move on. Give that to your angels. That's what they're there for. They're happy to help you if you just ask them to. But they want you to see so that you can learn from your past to create a better future. Now, that is also going to move us into higher vibrations. This year is going to have so many higher vibrations coming in. And this is why those negative energies, those negative thoughts and stuff are coming in to teach you those lessons. You need to view them and move on so that your higher vibrations can go up. Because people who are not moving up in your vibrations are going to find it starting to be very difficult. I'm sorry, I just say the truth. You want to heal. I always tell everybody that the readings that come through me are always about healing. They may show the success in other stuff, but it is first and foremost about healing. So you need your vibrations to lift. And sometimes when you're finding out things that are negative, that you did in the past and you're learning from them, you'll find that you'll vibrate at a higher vibration. That's because you're learning. It's not because you're holding on to negativity. It's because you're learning from it. You don't want to stay in it. You just want to learn your lesson and be gone. Move on. I'm not holding on to you. This year is going to test you. This year is going to test your ability, your strength, and your growth. But no, I am entitled to overcome. Period. I am entitled to overcome. That's part of the Creator's gift to allow me to be the creator of my own life. I am entitled to overcome. And this is the differences between survival and bliss, honey. That is the key. These are the differences between survival and bliss. I have to get my other stuff together. I got little notes here keeping me on top of stuff. My cats are playing. Sorry. I needed to start off this year with, I'm going to go into the runes, just small, because I went into the runes for, and I put it on Facebook in a much more detailed thing. But since I'm trying to not have the reading go on forever, I'm just going to kind of run through those runes when I mix them with the planets and the retrogrades that I'm going to explain in just a minute. But prior to that, the very first thing that I was given directly from Spirit outside of Citron was links when I was asking about this year. And what I'm given is like a hill of snow. And the lynx cat, most people will think of the lynx as a cat, is running in the snow, upward, sideways. Now, to most people, they wouldn't understand necessarily what that is. But see, I deal with a lot of animal totems, and I have I have a lot of animal spirit guides, so to speak, that are they're always with me. The animal lynx is telling you secrets. Surrounded by white in snow, surrounded by white, and the lynx himself was white, these are your own personal spiritual secrets. Spiritual does not mean religion. Spiritual means of spirit, of your spirit. So these are secrets of your own personal spirit coming forth. These are the secrets that you've buried, that I choose to maybe not see, so I'm burying it. These are the secrets that you need to see that are going to help you move forward. And he's moving up the hill sideways, which means they're not going to come at you dead on. These secrets that you're going to start seeing are going to come in like in mirroring effects. You're going to see them through other people. You're going to see them coming from left field, right field. They're not going to come dead on. This is Link saying we are coming together in our secrets to lead us to the light, being in snow, leading us to the light, to the truths, to protection, to, just the uplifting of life. But in order for us to get to that uplifting of life, Lynx is warning you, these secrets are coming from different angles. Okay? And then I am given a feral cat. A feral cat steps forward, and he's stepping on what looks like what he's using as a shelter. It's not a man-made shelter, but he looks like he's standing on what is a shelter that he's using as a shelter. And he's a baby feral. He's a little black baby feral. And I'm sorry, but he looks bad. He looks pretty tore up. And this is bringing about issues that you might have with trust. Issues that you might have with abandonment. And this is why he steps forward looking so tattered and just bad. Because he's coming in as his little self and feeling the trust issues from other people or situations of his past. And he's feeling abandonment issues. But the reason I bring to you the little black baby feral is because he's not a feral. He comes back to me again later, showing us as we move into the rest of the year, he's actually a panther. He's a black panther, and now he is sitting on a tree stump, licking his arms, and he's happy, or his paws. He's happy, and this is, I'm king of my world now. I might have started out with some trust issues. I may have started out with some abandonment, but now I'm in my own power. This is the transformation that he's telling you you may be taking this year. Panther is protective. He is of courage. He is of valor. He is power. He is bringing of power. He is the knight. He is bringing power from the night, which is the darkness, which is the shadow, which is what is inside of you, which is what's going to be being mirrored. These are things, like I said, to learn from and then let it go. You don't want to stay in shadow. You don't want to stay in the darkness, but you do need to learn from them. He is saying, I'm with you and I'm strong and we are powerful and, courage and valor. He is telling you we are going to survive. We are going to grow strong from that little Pharaoh K that felt abandoned and felt like it was having trouble with trust. We're going to grow out of that this year. This is if you are doing your honest work within yourself. Now, we're starting off the year. I told everybody we started off the year in shadow right before Mercury retrograde. We are now in Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is going to last from January 5th until January 25th. Jupiter is also in retrograde, and it is going from January 7th until May 9th. So this is your first half of the year right here. The runes was saying you start off in Induous for the first 3 months. Induous is understanding, coming to wholeness with your 4 elements, your physical, your mental, your spiritual, and your emotional. This is bringing them into a complete wholeness of understanding. You cannot have a complete balance without them being even. You can't do spiritual, emotional, mental, and leave out physical. You have wholeness by putting them together as a whole. And that's important. Induous is also speaking of going inward. It is inner nourishment. It is finding your guiding. Your source energy. Your source energy, honey. That's the creator. That's the good stuff. I get to be the creator of my own life. But I gotta go inward. I gotta go inward and I gotta find out the truth of this. While we're in Mercury retrograde, Mercury is your brain. It is your computer. It is the connections that you have. It is your actual computers. It is your messenger, your figure or outers. It is your understanding. It is that connection that goes on. Well, when Mercury's in retrograde, it pulls you inward and start looking at what messages am I not getting? Basically. And it also turns your computer into like, And this is why your tempers fly. This is why accidents happen. This is why, just you're kind of a little out of it, but yet you're in it. And this is where the attitudes come from and all that personality flying off the handle. Because somebody else is in it while you're not, and vice versa. It is coming inwardly and finding out things inwardly, just like Induous says. But Jupiter is also, has also gone into retrograde, and it's going to stay in retrograde until May 9th. So that is, Jupiter is typically your more. What is more in my life? What do I put my in front of? My home, my life, my love, my job, my joy. More. What is more? Well, when Jupiter goes in retrograde, it's kind of showing you loss. What is it that I don't have more of? And that's important. See, because while you're connecting inwardly, you're seeing what it is that isn't quite in the more level that you want. And it's showing you that on purpose so that you can figure out how to create it to be more. So I can be the creator of my own life. See, there's always a reason behind everything. And when we work with the planets, we understand better how and why we act the way we do. And so when we, on our empath sides, on our empath energy and everybody else's energy that we're collecting, it helps us to understand, nah, I'm not crazy. This is just the planets moving. This is why things are the way they are. Okay, let me shake that off. And then you can fix it instead of walking around like a ticking time bomb. It's that simple. Jupiter is your abundance. It is your growth. It is your luck. It is your prosperity. But like I said, when it is in retrograde, it kind of shows you where these areas are lacking. along with Mercury being in retrograde, is telling you, well, what am I not getting right? What messages am I not getting right? They're there to show you these things right now. As you go inward, you're going to remember some things that didn't work out. Whether it is in relationships, whether it's, your emotional relationships, your physical relationships, everything is a relationship. You have a relationship with your job. You have a relationship with your friends. You have a relationship with your lover. You have a relationship with your money. Everything is a relationship. So it's showing you in these relationships what kind of didn't work out. Why didn't it work out? And it is going to kind of slap you in the face a little bit. But the reason for that is to teach you that lesson, so that when Jupiter goes direct again, we're in the good now. Get my point? We're also starting off in Fei Wu. Spirit came through with Ruin and said Fei Wu. Spirit also showed me it 2 days ago, and they keep showing me Fei Wu right now. Fei Wu is a gift that must be circulated. It is knowledge is power. Power can then become money and success and prosperity. It is the riches of you. Money is not riches. Power is wealth because of your knowledge. It is having power from within you and knowing you are worth that. You are worth the knowledge of everything that is in your life, that you are that power. You are those riches. The money is not. Now, it might help pay for things, but you have to have the knowledge and the honesty and the karma that's pulling you through that. This is what they're saying right now. This is that inward work. Fei Wu is very hard to maintain. But they're saying this is something you need to learn to work on right now. Knowledge is power, not money. Money allows you to buy stuff, but money has no actual access to life. It is nothing more than paper. But where you get money is from understanding knowledge becomes power. Power becomes wealth. Wealth becomes health. You understand? Fei Wu brings you the riches of you, but you have to really work hard to get to them. Then we're going into Uraz. Uraz is your wild force. It is the shaping of those events from learning through Fei Wu and Induus, from being inwardly working. And it brings you your healing energies of these, the shaping of the events of these, the determination of these. Uraz is in the first 3 months, January, February, March, but it also rolls right on into April, May, June. So you're going to be getting this healing, this reshaping of events. That wild force of learning and changing and reshaping, and that determination is going to be coming this whole first 6 months. And that's when also Saturn, March 25th through 8/13, Saturn goes retrograde, honey. So you're coming out of Jupiter, have a month off. I mean, you don't even really have a month off. You come out of Mercury, have a month off. You're still in Jupiter's retrograde when Saturn goes retrograde. Saturn is your boundaries, your rules, your how to do things right the first time, your discipline, your patience, your potential, your responsibilities, your endurance. Typically, this is what Saturn is. Now, again, if something goes in retrograde, typically it means reverse. So it's showing you where you're lacking your boundaries, where you're lacking in accepting the rules or you're making rules. It's showing where you didn't get it right the first time. It's showing you the discipline, the patience, the endurance, the responsibilities that you're not taking. This is what happens when it goes in retrograde. And this has to do with that reshaping of events that is coming in and the healing energy and the determination. You have to make that sacrifice this year in order to get to that abundance that you're wanting, into that success that you're wanting. The keys are being given to you, but you have to work for it. But what's new? They always make us work for it. So you got to be true to you. You got to be true to what is really important to you. What is it that is rich to you? Not money. What is it that's rich to you? What is it that's true to you? Where are your morals? Where are your standards? Where is it important? Because these are the things that's going to help you achieve what you're really trying to achieve. No matter if it's what relationship we're dealing with, money, goals, finances, career, girlfriend, boyfriend, my friends, my family. It doesn't matter. These are all relationships that are being brought before you. We are also turning around and being given Othal. Othal is the big picture. It's not seeing just the pretty picture in the frame. It's seeing the whole true story of the picture. Othal is your heritage. It is your homeland. It is explaining to you, honey, nothing can be taken away from you, from your soul, from your essence, unless you allow it to be given away. So if you are letting yourself down emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, you are doing that. And this is why Othal is coming in. It's saying only you are the creator of that. Only you are that leader. Only you have the ability to say, no, I stand with my foot firmly on the ground, and this is who I am, and this is what I want, and this is how it's going to be. And you have to stand by that. Nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can rip your spirit, your essence out of you unless you give it away. See, and this is also where Panther is coming in. This is where you're going from the little black feral cat that's all tattered and looking like he's been just through hell to becoming the strong panther. This is that becoming of that panther. Finding that courage, that valor, that honor, the truths of seeing through the shadow self and finding your personal power. That's what Othal is. It's your personal power. It can't be taken away from you. But you're going to learn some of them from where you're messing up and where you are giving away your personal powers when Saturn is in retrograde. Saturn's in retrograde again. March 25th through 8/13. Mars then also goes in retrograde. Mars goes in retrograde from April 17th until June 29th. Mars is your warrior. There you go. There's part of your panther coming out again. It's your warrior, your self-defense, your aggression, your action, your own personal SWAT team. But when Mars is in retrograde, it's showing you, where is my SWAT team not working out to benefit me? It's showing you, where's my warrior not showing up to play its part? It's showing you, where am I not being defensive for my own self? It's these, like I said, these are things that are gonna come in and smack you in the face just a little bit through mirroring. And because Lynx told you right at the beginning of the year, they're not going to come dead on. They're going to come out of left field. You need to see them, view them, accept them, thank you for them, and move on. Hand that over to your angels. I do not need to hold on to this. I've learned my lesson. I see the difference. Let me pull it together, pick up my lessons, and move on and be thankful for giving me the lessons. Because thankful is gratitude, and with gratitude you receive more. See, that's where some of that Fei Wu is hard to handle that balance. Like I said, the year is going to test you and your abilities. There is so much there for you to reach out and grab and take part in, but you can't be holding on to that negative energy. Mars again, like I said, from 4/17 until June 29th. There's your warrior, your defense, your aggression, your action. Your own personal SWAT team is going, well, this is where we didn't show up to play our part properly. And it's teaching you how to make it show up. How and where and when. See, because we pick our own fights. We choose to pick what fights are important and what are not. Are you blowing things out of proportion for a good reason? Or are you just blowing them out of proportion to bring attention to yourself and to cause more drama because you don't know you don't understand what's really going on in here. This is why I said it's important to understand what's going on out there because it helps you understand what's going on in here. Solar plexus is telling you right now, this year, solar plexus tells you typically you want to have your chakras in line. And typically we tell you from your chakras to start at your root chakra and try to balance upwards. Because your root chakra is what's sturdy. It's what holds everything in place. And that is true. You do need your root chakra to be strong. But what solar plexus is saying is I'm your will. I am that creator. I am where that will is coming from. I am extremely strong this year. So while I've moved over here, kind of away from the rest, try to pull the others over to balance above and underneath me. Balance to me. This is how your vibrations are lifting. This is what solar plexus is talking about this year. Solar plexus is going to play such a big role in this year and the will of your creating spirit for this year. It's reminding you, I'm kind of like center stage. I'm kind of like the one who's pulling out the will here. I'm the one who's going to be a little bit brighter and stronger than everybody else. So, bring them to me. And balance around me so we're even. Yes, you still want your root chakra to be strong. This is why they told you in the beginning. Balance, ground, and create your shield. Get that understanding of the difference between energies. You need to be grounded. Ground. Make that strong. But we're pulling it up to balance around our solar plexus this year. That is very important. That's key. That's going to help you understand. If you lift your vibrations to move to where solar plexus is taking you, it's going to make your life so much easier. Ending the first 6 months, we have Pluto going in retrograde. Pluto is going in retrograde from April 18th all the way until 9/26. So that'll be going into the second 6 months. Pluto is reminding you when it goes in retrograde, Pluto is the only one who kind of doesn't start going in reverse. Start doing things the opposite of what it normally does. It goes into overdrive. So it's like, I'm saying, look at me. And Pluto is intense. Pluto is reminding you of that shadow self. It is your mirroring effects coming even stronger then. Admitting it. Admitting what it is you're seeing in your shadow. It will help you a long way. You need to admit it, see it, love it, accept it, and then correct it. It's not telling you to just sit in it. It's telling you how and what was wrong and how we correct it. That's how we move forward. And he's coming in overdrive with Pluto. Like I said, from 4/18 through 9/26. Dispose of the situations and the turmoils and the deaths of your life. The things that are no longer serving you. Pluto is going to come in and say, I told you to get rid of these things. It's time to stop sitting in it. We have to let it go, give it to your angels, and it's time to let this go. We cannot be sitting in our shadow self. We cannot be sitting here mirroring and mirroring and mirroring, and you're not learning your lesson. Pluto is going to come in and overdrive and be like, I am kicking down that door, and we're going to fix this. And that's why I said some of these, as we're getting into this year, might be difficult. Because the more we try not to admit truths to ourselves, the harder that's going to be. So go with the flow, roll with it, but be honest. And then you go right back into Mercury, goes into retrograde all over again at 4/28 through 5/22. See, there's so many wonderful things coming in. The universe is going, I am here helping you every step of the way. Here is Mercury, here is Jupiter, here is Saturn, here is Mars. I'm giving you Pluto even. But you have to view it. You have to be that king. You have to be the king. You have to be responsible to your obligations and your duties for the outside of you as well as the inside of you, babe. And this is how we get to all of this success. This is how we get to all of this abundance. This multiplying of energy that is good instead of misery loves company, and I'm being shown too many things and I don't like it, and I'm just going to sit in my shit, basically. This is why you have to work through them. Depending on how well you choose to work on yourself and how honest you're going to be with yourself will depend on how far Citron is going to take you. Because Citron's telling you right off the bat, we are not going to hold on in negativity this year. We are going to break it up and we're dispensing it back out, and we are not going to have it serve us. But we will learn from it. But we are not going to have it with us. It does not serve us. This is why Citron comes in so strong. It is your abundance. It is your success. But it will not have negative energy. It is your will. It is your solar plexus. Everything is working to try to help move you where you are really wanting to be. Ask your angels for help or for guidance if you need it. But it's been mapped out to help you. The only thing that's not going to help you, baby, is you, if you choose not to help yourself. I love you. I hope you have a wonderful first 6 months, and I'll check you out at the next 6 months with the next 6 months of reading. I love you. I wish you so much well. I wish you bliss and not survival. Bye.